So if we do want to add each flick in its own separate HTML element, but we want to avoid the dangers of inner HTML, what can we do? Well, we've seen that we can fiddle around with elements as just JavaScript objects. Like now I have h1 as $0, so I can just play around with it. $0.0.text content seems to just be some sort of JavaScript object that I can play with. So you can actually create brand new elements as JavaScript objects as well, using something that's built right into the DOM called document.createElement. And now is as good a time as any to point out what is more or less the official documentation of the DOM, and that is the Mozilla Developer Network, MDN, which is great stuff. Developer.mozilla.org will get you there. And all of JavaScript and all of the DOM is documented super thoroughly. There are actual guides that you can read, or you can just start searching for stuff. I'm going to share this link in chat. So this is a great place to go looking if you want to know how something works. So let's search the doc for createElement. Here we go, document.createElement. In an HTML document, the document.createElement method creates the HTML element specified by tag name, or an HTML unknown element if tag name isn't recognized. Cool. So parameters, you can pass in a tag name, and you can pass in some options apparently too. So let's see, document.createElement, let's make a new element like an li. I'll save that to a variable so I can actually do something with it afterward. How about let item equals that? Okay, what's item? An li with nothing in it. So if I want to put something in it, I could use text content, right? Item.textContent equals, okay. Last class. Dante, what'd you have for breakfast this morning? I did not. Somehow I just knew you were going to say that. What's for lunch? Sandwich. All right, fine. Twamwiches. So let's look at item. Cool. So I have this new variable that has this new element that has some text content and everything, but where is it? It's nowhere. I've just created it, but it's floating in space. It's not actually on the page anywhere. To actually add it to the page, I have to add it as a child to some other element that's already there. But by golly, I can create new elements. So, okay, how about I grab my Flix UL? Here it is, right there. Now, because I have it selected on the Elements tab, it's available to me in the console as $0. Does everybody understand that? Super, super handy for figuring stuff like this out. $0 gives me that. So I could then say, having grabbed my list, appendChild, and pass my item to that. So here's my item just floating out in space. We already know it's an li. So if I append it to the list, now it's actually in the DOM. It actually exists on the page. Pretty handy, I must say. So, armed with this new knowledge, think you could change this so that it uses createElement and appendChild to add each li to the page instead of using inner HTML? I think you could. So give it a shot. Take the next few minutes, try to make that happen. Using these two tricks, document.createElement and some element.appendChild, see if you can append each new list to the page instead of using inner HTML. See what you can come up with.